Welcome, benvenuto, Hunying, benvenuto. The world is getting ready to be set on fire with the new podcast, Souls of Solidarity, coming to the Mystic 7 Record and Film YouTube channel. We're a show where you, as an independent artist, musician, writer, filmmaker, or producer, can have a voice. Whether it be a book, new music, a film, or script you've written, we're there for you. We will cover major social issues, people in business with heartwarming stories. So join us, grab a drink, a joint, whatever your fancy, and buckle up with the roller coaster ride of the century. Join us to the journey of the center of entertainment. New independent artists, upcoming filmmakers, new and exciting authors share their voices. Again, join us every Saturday after 8 p.m. for Souls of Solidarity. Welcome back, everybody, for our new episode of Souls of Solidarity. We have a new week this week and another exciting show to give you. Today we're going to be kind of discussing more movies than anything. So, for the next hour, come on, grab that favorite libation that you love, a joint or whatever you fancy, because you know what we do, how we do it. Come along and join us for the ride to the journey of center of entertainment. So, we're getting ready to share and discuss different topics and things in life, special events, music, movies, books, to give us a platform. So anyway, hope you guys had a good week. You notice I have my Raider outfit on today because this is Raider week for me. The game's tomorrow, but unfortunately I had to deal with that loss against the Chargers on Monday night, which stabbed me in the heart. But, it's season's early. So, we're still 3-1. Hopefully we'll be 4-1 when we play the Bears this weekend. So, I got my victory cigar ready. So, it should be exciting. But anyway, moving on to things. Today we're going to discuss the top 5 movies and give you my viewpoint on some of them and things like that. As you know, every month we'll be doing the top 5 movies for the month. And then week in and week out we'll be giving different music point of views. We'll have book review twice a month. So we hope you all join us for that and subscribe to our channel, because without your subscription, it's hard for us to give you the content. So stay, subscribe to our channel. We'll try to keep you up to date on things and things that we're doing and things in the industry and various top news topics. So anyway, let's start with today's topic, our top 5 movies. And the first movie we want to talk about, Malignant. Now, Malignant was our, I guess you could say, honorable mention. And it wasn't our top 5, but we wanted to give it a little play because it is an interesting film. It's the American horror film that was directed by James Wan, from a screenplay by Akela Cooper, I think her name was. It's based on the original story, Wan and Ingrid Bijou and Cooper. But the film stars Annabella Wallace, who's an American woman who begins to have visions of people being murdered, only to realize that the events are happening in real life. Now, if you haven't seen it, it's been out for a while. It came out around September 10th, but it was a interesting movie. I think it was one of his better jobs that he did. So if you're a follower of the first one, this one's interesting to see. So yeah, If you get a chance, go look at it. Again, the premises is 27 years later. Madison Lake, a pregnant woman living in Seattle. She returns home to her abusive husband after her pregnancy causes her to feel ill at work. During an argument, Derek smashes Madison's head against a wall, who was her husband, after which she looks herself in the bedroom and falls asleep. She later wakes up to find Derek's body after having had a dream of a man entering their house and violently killing him. The killer, who is still in the house, attacks Madison, rendering her unconscious. So if you get a chance, like I said, to see it, Juan, his final twist is so maniacal, and so this is a compliment. Deeply, thoroughly stupid that it's more than makes up for the mirror missteps along the way. Juan, he swings for the fences and it pays off big time. But Malignant is a bonker and bloody delight that showcases a multitude of different skills and styles. So, if you like the horror films and stuff, go see this. Like I said, it was our honorable mention. It wasn't in our top 5, but I thought it deserved a little review. So anyway, let's move on to number 5. Now, number 5 comes in as A Village Detective. And a lot of you may not have heard of this movie. It came out, well, the premises, let me tell you the premises behind it. It's the latest work from the filmmaker behind the outstanding doc, Dawson City, Frozen Time. Now, it's based around a similar concept of finding old film reels and putting them together to tell a story. So now, Bill Morrison's new film, The Village Detective, it's a Soviet film from 1969. It's found in an Icelandic fisherman's net. And the filmography of its leading actor offers a portal into a history that has endured on celluloid. It turns out the film is just an incomplete print of a popular comedy starring beloved Russian actor Mikhail Zarov. Morrison explores this idea in the context within cinema. It looks like another must-watch for cinemites. So, as I said, the premise, once again, during the summer of 2016, a fishing boat off the shores of Iceland, like I said, made a most curious catch. They caught the 4 reels of film and they put it together. Unlike the film Find explored in his Dawson City, which was a previous show of his, it did turn out the discovery it wasn't a lost work of major importance, but an incomplete print of a popular comedy. So now, does this mean it has no value? The director and producer thought not. To him, the heavily water damaged print and the way it surfaced could be seen as a filming reflection on the life of Zarov, who loved this role so much that he even directed a sequel to it. Morrison uses the story as a jumping off point for his meditation on cinema's past, offering a journey. So, now, I checked out part of it. There is an overall clunkiness to the format that doesn't feel especially lyrical, as if the mysterious Morrison is investigating are too amorphous or ill-defined for the movie to articulate. But it's a good movie. We thought it was worthy of consideration and talking about it. So we voted as a number 5. And so if you get a chance, go look at it. It's worth seeing. And now I want to move on to the next one, which is we rated at number 4. Shang-Chi. Now, for those of you who are big Marvel fanatics from the Marvel Studios. Shang-Chi is the Legend of the Ten Rings, and it stars Simu Liu as the as Shang-Chi. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Who must contend with the past he thought he left behind when he's drawn into the web of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. And this has been out. This is a good movie, especially like if you follow the Marvel franchise. But the film stars Tony Leung as Wan Wu, and then there's I can't pronounce the name, Aquafina there as Shang-Chi. She's friend Katie and Michelle. And Michelle, it's hard to pronounce his name. Yeok as Jing Na, as well as Fala Chen. Anyway, it's based on the Marvel character. If you follow any of the Marvel franchise, it's it's one of those fantasy, adventure, sports and fitness types movies that just gets you going because it's action all the way through. So anyway, if you get a chance, take a look at it. Now let's move on to our next movie, which is number 3, Feia Dei. Now, you may want to know where that name came from. This film is Ethiopia. It's an Ethiopian movie, but it has a lot of content to it. And now the premise of it, Ethiopian legend had it that cat, a stimulant leaf, was found by Sufi imams in search of eternity. Now, inspired by this myth, Feia Dai is a spiritual journey into the highlands of Harar and the rituals of Kat, a leaf that the Sufi Muslims chewed for religious meditations, and Ethiopia's most lucrative cash crop today. Now, this movie is kind of a documentary, but it takes you through the history of this leaf that has these rituals and spiritual powers that people really get involved in it. But through the prism of the cat trade, Feia Dai weaves a tapestry of intimate stories of people caught between violent government repression, cat-induced fantasies, and treacherous journeys beyond their borders, and offers a window into the dreams of the youth who long for a better life. My opinion kind of on this was the feel is dreamlike. It's like falling dusk, even when the concerns are concrete. A nonfiction work of sensory immersions that's part anthropology and part poetry. Now, the documentary's aesthetics strikingly channel the euphoric feelings induced by Ethiopia's top cash crop. Like I said, if you get a chance, see this movie. It's more of a documentary form, but it really provides a lot of content. The languid rhythms of the filmmaking, it mirrors the woozy impact of the drug, while a storytelling style that flickers casually between observational, varied, and historic myth building suggests an in and out grasp on reality. And yeah, I found the film very fascinating. So I recommend, if you have time, make time to go see it, because it really is something. So let's move on to our next movie, number 2, Saint Narcisse. Now, this is a good movie. It's a little bizarre, this movie. It was made in Canada, and The year was 1972. Who Dominic? He's a 22-year-old who has a fetish for himself, and nothing turns him on more than his reflection. With much of his time spent taking Polaroid selfies, which Polaroid was a big camera back in the 70s, because you could take it and get the picture immediately. But when his loving grandmother dies, he discovers a deep family secret. Now, his lesbian mother, she didn't die in childbirth, and he has a twin brother, Daniel. Now, Daniel was raised in a remote monastery by a depraved priest. The power of destiny brings back together the two beautiful, identical brothers, who, after being reunited with their mother, Beatrice, are soon embroiled in strange web of sex, revenge, and redemption. Now, if you're not willing to think outside the box about things and brotherly love and stuff, I would tell you not to watch it. If you're open to things and your mind can expand a little bit, then take a look at it, and you'll realize that there is some art to it. But Saint Narcissus it's a handsomely produced film with sincere performances, lush cinematography, and a classical score. LaBruce simultaneously manages to foreshadow his major themes and suggest something about his main character's inner state. In the end, though, the master of queer punk transgressions leaves us wondering, who's in love with whom exactly, and why do we need to know? But it is it's a very bizarre movie. But like I said, if you're into movies and you're into stories and you're into different things, take a look at this movie, because it's worth seeing. Now, let's move on to number one. Is RaDante. Now, this is an old story, but it was resurrected in 4K for the benefit of new, unsuspecting audiences. RaDante is a 1979 Spanish psychological horror film. It debuted theatrically for the first time in the U.S. this week. So for 4 decades, it's marinated in the strangeness of director Ivan Zulualet's latest, I think I pronounced that right, vision, which became a full cult classic in its home country for good reason. Now, it is a Spanish film. It's from Mexico, and it's homoeroticism laced with heavy drug use. It propels phantasmagoric trip where cinema is a soil-draining vampire. So yeah, some of these descriptions of this thing, these words, I'm not a linguist, so I try to practice the pronunciation of them, but some of them get a little sideways. But anyway, you still understand the story. But celluloid under inspection in the cutting room displays the final frames of the latest low-budget production by Jose Sergado. Now, it's the horror film director who argues with his editor over an abrupt ending, stubborn and dissatisfied. Storyteller, whose prominent eyelashes and angular face grant him a contrasting, seraphic quality, heads home unknowing. The tenacious Bria's package that awaits him there. like I said, this movie was our #1 movie because when you say it, it's a very bizarre type movie. In fact, a lot of our movies that we presented this week were a little bizarre, but we didn't want to just concentrate on the United States films, so we wanted to concentrate on films that were worldwide, because we want to bring you a vast array of things so that you can be well aware of what's outside of the U.S. and some of the filmmaking that's involved in these things. So, I try to give you a broad mix. So anyway, there you have it for this week. We had our top 5, plus we gave you a special bonus, and I hope you enjoyed it. So anyway, next week we're going to be talking about the jazz piano players, I think is what our thing is. And so, there you have it. If you have any thoughts about our top 5 movies and you'd like to share your thoughts or have questions of the subject we covered, you can reach us at Twitter, Mystic 7 Records at Twitter. Follow us on Instagram at Mystic 7. You can follow me, RaDante Keys, on Instagram. Additionally, you can go to our website, www.mystic7records.com, and check out our links for any shows you missed. Check out our merchandise. Now, hit the subscribe button because, like I said, I want you to become part of the family. We're going to be doing a lot of things, and so I want you to be a part of it. And join us, every week for another episode of Souls of Solidarity, where we're going to take you on that journey. We're going to take you on the journey to the center of the entertainment world, dealing with music, film, literature, and social issues. So, once again, I leave you with my 3 words that I tend to like, and that is love, prosperity, once again, solidarity. So, as I usually say, I love all of you. And enjoy the montage we have at the end here of the various movies that we've brought to you. And have a good week. Go Raiders. #1. Enjoy my victory. See ya.
She's hot, she's smooth, she knows how to use it. She's hot, she's smooth, she knows how to move it. She's hot, she's smooth, she knows how to use it. She's hot, she's smooth, she knows how to move it.
She's the best thing I ever saw. She throws me up against the wall. She tumbles her soul till she gets her wish. The girl's so fine, she's quite the dish. She the finest thing on the party scene. She break your bank like the mean machine. She the real deal like the Holyfield. And ain't nothing yet, but she's out for a kill.
She's hot, she's smooth, she knows how to move it. She's hot, she's smooth, She's hot, she's smooth, she knows